Hello, Poppet.
Welcome to the Dragon's Den. My name is Leo Drake, and thank you for spending part of your day here with me. Please consider subscribing, as it is free and I won't make you walk the plank. Savvy? If you enjoy the video, click the like button and ring the notification bell to be notified when I post a new video. In today's video, we are ranking Pirates of the Caribbean films. I will be discussing the movies during this video, so consider this your one and only spoiler warning. There are 5 movies on this list, so let's get to it.
This is either madness or brilliance.
At number 5 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge, or depending where you look, Dead Men Tell No Tales, from 2017. William Turner's son Henry manages to reach the Flying Dutchman and vows to rescue his father. 9 years later, Henry Turner is thrown in the brig for treason as the ship he sails on heads towards the Devil's Triangle. Henry is seeking Jack Sparrow to help him rescue his father, but he is rumoured to be dead. The ship is destroyed by the cursed Silent Mary, helmed by Captain Salazar, who has been trapped in the triangle by Captain Jack Sparrow. Henry is the only survivor left alive to tell the tale. In St. Martin, a new bank is opening. Karina is accused of being a witch for studying science from a book left to her by her unknown father. Jack awakes inside the vault.
I've got it! I'm robbing the bank!
The crew end up pulling the entire bank building towards the water, allowing the money to fall out.
That was not part of the plan.
The crew leave Jack behind on the island, and Jack trades his compass for a bottle of rum.
Why is the rum always gone?
Freeing Salazar. Karina helps Henry before being recaptured herself, and both Jack and Karina face the death penalty. Henry gets the crew to save Jack and Karina. Salazar begins attacking Barbossa's fleet, leaving one person alive to tell the tale. They seek the Poseidon's trident to break the curse.
What could possibly go wrong, eh?
While Barbossa makes an accord with Salazar and leads him to Jack. The crew send Jack, Karina and Henry ashore in a lifeboat which is attacked by sharks. Salazar and his crew cannot step on land, so Barbossa is sent to get Jack, but double-crosses Salazar. The pearl is released from a bottle and they race the dead. We learn Barbossa is Karina's father, while Henry is captured by Salazar as Karina, Jack and Barbossa continue to seek the trident. Salazar possesses Henry to allow him to go on land and seize the trident. He releases Henry's body to punish Jack, but Henry snaps the trident, breaking all curses. Salazar and his crew come back to life, but are in immediate danger from the ocean. Barbossa saves Karina by sacrificing himself to stop Salazar. Will Turner's curse is broken, so Orlando Bloom returns and is reunited with his son and Keira Knightley, who both return to this movie for a paycheck. Henry and Karina are together, but no one really cares. There is very little between this movie and the one at number 4. Both suffer from the same diminishing returns, and despite an entertaining opening scene, this movie finishes bottom of my list. Coming in at number 4 is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides from 2011. The film starts in London, where Mr. Gibbs is being tried for being Jack Sparrow, who seeks to rescue him but is captured himself. The Spanish are seeking the Fountain of Youth, but the King of England needs Jack's compass to find it first. Because the king does not trust Jack, He recruits Captain Barbossa to sail the ship. Barbossa has since lost the pearl and his leg.
I understand everything. Except that wig.
Penelope Cruz plays Angelica, and she is the one impersonating Jack. The two have a history which leads them to the Queen Anne's Revenge, the infamous ship of Blackbeard. Gibbs stole the map from Jack and agrees to guide Barbossa to the fountain in exchange for his life. Angelica is first mate and Blackbeard's daughter. Blackbeard has been prophesied to die within a fortnight to a man with one leg, and so he is searching for the fountain of youth to save himself. To complete the ritual, they require a mermaid's tears and 2 chalices. Jack is sent to retrieve the chalices and runs into Barbossa and Gibbs. He steals the chalices from the Spanish before returning to Blackbeard. Barbossa has a vendetta against Blackbeard, as it was he who sunk the pearl and put it in a bottle before costing Barbossa his leg. Barbossa coats his sword in poisonous toad venom, seeking revenge. The Fountain of Youth is discovered by all parties. Blackbeard fights the Spaniards, which allows Barbossa to stab him. Angelica is cut by the poisonous blade, and Jack tricks Blackbeard into giving his life to save Angelica. Jack then leaves Angelica alone on an island, while Barbossa takes the ship, leaving Jack and Mr. Gibbs with the pearl trapped in a bowl. This film does feel like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but the bare bones of one. It has the music, action, and Johnny Depp, but the story is lacking, with many of the ideas feeling tired. Number 3 is Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End from 2007. This movie comes in at almost 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it feels it. I do remember this movie being better when I first watched it. The crew heads to Singapore for charts and a new ship as the Flying Dutchman and Lord Beckett hunt down the remaining pirates. The plan is to have a Brethren court with all the pirate captains bringing 9 pieces of 8, but it cannot happen without Jack. So the crew rescue Jack from Davy Jones' locker. Johnny Depp's antics are one of the best parts of this franchise, but in this movie they are a bit too much and take far too long. Everyone betrays everyone else. Will finds himself in the brig. Elizabeth is captured by the Singapore pirate Xiao Feng, who believes she is the fabled Calypso. The Flying Dutchman takes Xiao Feng's ship and the captain is killed, but not before he passes ownership over to Elizabeth. Admiral Norrington releases Elizabeth and the crew before being killed, allowing them to reach Shipwreck Cove and hold the Brethren court. Barbossa wants to free Calypso, but he cannot convince the other captains to agree. They decide to go to war, though not without complications. Will and Elizabeth are unable to stop Barbossa from releasing Calypso, and during the subsequent storm, the Flying Dutchman engages the Black Pearl. Jack fights Davy Jones over the chest,
I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt.
and during the battle, Barbossa, as captain, marries Will and Elizabeth before Davy Jones fatally stabs Will. Jack stabs the heart of Davy Jones and replaces it with Will's heart, so he will live as the captain of the Flying Dutchman. Lord Beckett's ship is sunk. The story continues to be slightly convoluted. The movie is a little too long. The humour doesn't work as well because it feels a bit repetitive by this point, and the Calypso storyline never really pays off, leaving it in the middle of this list.
And really bad eggs.
At At number 2 is Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest from 2006. Lord Beckett arrests Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann on their wedding day for helping Jack Sparrow escape the hangman's noose. Beckett is working for the East India Trading Company and he wants Will to retrieve Jack's compass in exchange for a pardon. Jack is visited by Bootstrap Bill, a messenger of Davy Jones, who Jack made a deal with to raise the pearl. Jack is warned his time is up and he gets the dreaded black spot. Davy Jones can only go on land once every 10 years, so Jack decides to hide on a small island where he soon becomes the chief of a group of Aborigines. Will finds Jack, but the Aborigines are cannibals and they are all on the menu. Elizabeth's father helps her escape and she takes the blank letter of pardon. Jack and the crew manage to escape the island, but Elizabeth's father dies. Davy Jones' heart is kept in a chest and he keeps the key on his person at all times to protect it. Jack plans to become captain of the Flying Dutchman to avoid death.
Do you fear death?
Will is reunited with his father, Bootstrap Bill, aboard the Flying Dutchman and he vows to save him. Jack makes a further deal with Davy Jones and goes to Tortuga, where he comes across Norrington and Elizabeth. Will steals the key and escapes the ship with help from his father. Davy Jones summons the Kraken. The Flying Dutchman and the Black Pearl race to the chest where Davy Jones' heart is kept. All parties have their own agenda in this fight. Will wants to save his father, Jack wants to save himself, Elizabeth wants to marry Will, and Davy Jones wishes to stop all of that from happening. Everyone fights over the heart. Norrington takes the pardon and the heart during the battle. Jack both abandons his crew and comes back to rescue them, where they are understandably upset with him. Elizabeth makes sure Jack goes down with the ship, the Black Pearl. This movie does not have a true ending because it is the second movie in a trilogy. I remember being more disappointed about that when I first watched it. The movie is slightly convoluted because each character is acting on their own behalf, but I found it easy enough to follow. The movie retains much of the original's charm, but without an ending, it falls short of top spot.
It's heavy.
Coming in at number 1 is Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003, the most successful movie franchise based on a ride. William Turner is rescued at sea by a ship carrying Elizabeth Swann. Once grown up, Miss Swann is being courted by Commodore Norrington, although she is secretly in love with the blacksmith Will Turner. During Commodore's promotion, Miss Swann falls into the water and is rescued by Captain Jack Sparrow. After a daring escape attempt and capture, the Black Pearl attacks the port and Miss Swann is kidnapped by pirates. Will frees Jack to help him retrieve Elizabeth. The captain of the Black Pearl is Captain Barbossa and his crew who have been cursed for stealing the forbidden treasure of Cortez. Jack was the previous captain of the Pearl, but during a mutiny was left to die on an abandoned island. Miss Swann wears a pirate medallion she took from Will when he washed up all those years earlier, and Barbossa needs it to replace the stolen treasure and lift the curse.
Let's start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one.
At Tortuga, Jack seeks a crew to reclaim the Black Pearl. Barbossa tries to lift the curse, but Will rescues Elizabeth, and Jack invokes parley with the pirates.
Parlay?
Elizabeth and Jack are stranded on an island.
But why is the rum gone?
Once they return, Elizabeth accepts Commodore's proposal if he agrees to save Will. When he does not keep his word, Elizabeth goes to save Will herself. The cursed crew board the interceptor, and it is Jack who saves Will for his own interests as they fight against Barbossa. Elizabeth frees the captured crew and they claim the pearl before leaving Elizabeth to save Will alone.
Protecting pirates.
Jack and Will return the treasure, allowing the now mortal Barbossa to be defeated. Jack is due to be hanged, but...
Gentlemen, milady, you will always remember this as the day that you almost caught Captain Jack Sparrow.
Will and Elizabeth end up together. The movie has a really good score, great characters, and a very fun adventure. Should they have stopped after the first movie? Perhaps. But you know Hollywood's code.
Take what you can.
Give nothing back.
Thank you for watching. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my list. This is the first time I have ever ranked the movies in order of when they came out.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like and share it. I'm looking to post a new video every Monday, so be sure to come back for that. And click the link on screen to watch another of my videos. Until next time, rah!